Okay, I just loaded up the last save, and we're back where we were when we left off. Shrine of the Fire Steeds. The Fire Steeds are the winds of the skies that draw the sun chariot of the sun god Helios. I don't remember if I read these or not last video, so if I read them, I apologize, but they're getting read again. Boreas, the north wind. Here rests Boreas, the north wind, who leads the path of the sun chariot and guides his brothers, Zephyros, Euros, and Notos, on their perpetual voyage drawing the sun across the skies. So I don't think we can do anything with these yet. Gonna turn them here, and they turn right back. These must be the way we sort of attach the reins to the horses. This is one heck of a chariot.
And as Kratos approached the temple, it became clear that the task ahead was more than he could have ever imagined.
It's a heck of a big chariot, and I have...
Once again, the strange, lingering melody could be heard through the black fog of Morpheus, haunting Kratos.
I have to say that I don't know if it's because sort of the simpler, lower poly, the constraints of the medium of the PSP as the medium for the game resulted in this, but I think the art style of this game has aged better than God of War 2. I think the game looks better. I don't know. Maybe not better. More timeless. It's more cartoony, it's more stylized, but I at least think that it holds up really well. I also like that sort of arena section there was really short. They didn't drag that out. More combat there, and then you're back on the move exploring. Not gonna bog you down with long, drawn-out fights. At least not at this stage. I mean, yeah, you can obviously tell everything is lower poly. Less ambitious overall in terms of what it's going for, but I definitely think it has aged really well. Okay. Well, I'm guessing we're going to come through that door at some point, since we're not going into it right now.
The temple on which Kratos stood was the sun chariot of Helios, the very chariot that the fire steeds pulled across the sky every day, allowing the brilliance of Helios to shine down on all mankind.
Kratos.
Athena, what madness has befallen us?
Kratos, there is not much time. Olympus needs you.
I grow tired of the gods' request, Athena. I have given enough. Now take these nightmares from my head.
It is not for you to say when your servitude ends. You will earn your freedom in time. But for now, Olympus needs your unquestioning obedience. The god of the sun has been torn from the sky. This temple on which you stand is the chariot of Helios. Without their master to reign them, the fire steeds have driven the sun chariot into the earth. And without Helios, there is no one to keep Morpheus from seizing permanent power. Many of the gods have fallen to a deep slumber. Soon, all will succumb to the black grip of Morpheus.
What would you have me do?
You must find Helios and return him to the sky, lest the world of gods and man be lost forever. Only his light can release the grasp of Morpheus.
Athena! Athena!
Okay, so we have our basic plot for this game now. Presumably, Morpheus is our antagonist. Although we don't know if he's responsible for this or not. But the game takes place here in the Temple of Helios, which is a giant chariot that carries Helios's light across the sky. And I guess my first question is, those three little stone horses are supposed to pull this entire temple? It seems like an outsized job for those horses. They're obviously magical stone horses, but still. Hard to fathom that they could do that. Find Helios and return to the skies, lest the world of gods and man be forever lost. So, obviously, the lack of a sun is causing all sorts of havoc in the Greek world, including apparently causing the gods, and I guess presumably Athena, to fall into a deep slumber from which they can't awake. And so, really, Kratos' problems are solved right now, but... Well, I guess they're not solved because this is still at the point where he wants to have the gods forgive him and absolve him of his dreams, his nightmares of killing his wife and daughter. But his quest for vengeance against the gods hasn't started yet because they haven't, in his mind, broken their promise to him yet. I guess we can see what happens when we pull this lever. I'm guessing it's going to just bring us up into the next room. Kind of want to explore everything. I guess there's no reason we can't do that from here. So yeah, like the first game and the second game, we are in an impossibly large puzzle-like temple as our setting, which is a pretty good setting for this kind of game. Lots of opportunities to loop around and backtrack and see things from a new light, a new angle. So I can't kill that one right now. Figure out a way to go get in. What do I need for the next Blades upgrade? 4850. Yeah, that's not that bad. I think we'll go with that and not go with a magic upgrade yet. The Phoenix Feather, so we're working towards our second magic and health upgrade already. As I said, this game is actually pretty short. Definitely could be a single sitting game. I'm not going to play it in a single sitting, but you could. If you were so inclined. Not sure why there are goatmen in this temple. Not sure we're ever going to get an answer to that. Just air juggle them to death. Maybe not. Okay. Couldn't air juggle them to death, but could air juggle them fairly well. Go ahead and take magic here. I'm gonna go check this door over here too to see if I can open it now or if I need to come back and open it later. Well, I need to kill that goat man. Okay. The goat man throwing mold balls at me. Let's die first. We'll make that happen real quick. We got a health pickup over there we can use on our way back up. Yeah, this is gonna be a combat area. Not sure who that red face is supposed to be in this game. Not really sure. I mean, I guess I thought it was a representation of the Sisters of Fate in the last one. Oh my gosh. range on that is not great. Very simplistic attack pattern here, still very annoying. Very easy to get hit by. Need to really abuse the high frames from the magic. Actually in trouble now. I made some sort of a comment about this being a very easy game earlier. Starting to regret that. Also made a comment about how the combat arenas don't stretch on. This one really need 2 rounds of each of the goat men. Is that necessary? I guess Ready at Dawn thought so. They did do a good job with this game. So I don't want to knock them too much, but it's making the same kind of design mistake that I thought was kind of unforgivable in God of War 2, which is trying to pad the length by making the combat encounters go on for an eternity. Which will definitely lengthen the game, but not in the way that people like. At least not the way I like. I guess, you know, they were definitely dealing with size limitation on the UMD format. Just give them a break. So I took the magic there because I know that there is a health chest down here that I can take. And I will also use this opportunity to pop a save just to make sure I don't have to do any of that again. I'm just going to keep creating new save data because I've got plenty of room on my PS3 hard drive since I swapped it out for I think a 1 terabyte hard drive quite a while ago. And PS3 unfortunately does not allocate hard drive space very efficiently. It reserves a percentage of the hard drive for the OS, not just a set amount of gigabytes. And as a result, I think only like 800 gigabytes of that 1 terabyte drive are usable. But that's still more than enough for all the PS3 games I own. I don't think I've ever uninstalled a PS3 game. Also, of course, PS3 still uses the discs. It doesn't just fully install them like the newer consoles do. Given that I think PSN support for PS3 will be ending in July, I may look at whether there's some sort of homebrew solution I could use to maybe better take advantage of the PS3 hard drive, or you know, find a way to play some games that would otherwise not be available. So yeah, hand switching, yeah. That was weird. I don't really know why people. I mean, I certainly don't need to pirate games on this. I don't think there are any PS3 games that I really want to play that I don't already own. So if that's the only purpose of it, then I'm not that interested. But maybe some unique utilities. And since I won't be able to go online with the PS3 anymore at that point, anyways, and if the incentive to not do so, to not sort of homebrew it, will be pretty much gone at that point. Well, I guess maybe it isn't the, maybe it's just the store that's going away and not the rest of the online infrastructure. Although I find that hard to believe. Temple of Helios. The Temple of Helios sits atop the Sun Chariot and is home to the sun god Helios. Drawn across the skies by the fire steeds, it rises every day from the east and sets in the west, where it rests until the new dawn. The game also has an excellent soundtrack, as all of the God of War games do. And I like the little bit of quiet time here, a little bit of puzzle solving. I don't know if these go to the same place or not. Do not. Just tuning this guy up. The old air juggle. The old jugglery-do. Well, those guys feel like a step in the wrong direction from a difficulty standpoint, but I'll take it. I'm curious if the multiplayer servers for God of War Ascension are still on. I'll have to check that out when I get around to that game. They might have to upgrade. No, 4850. We're getting there. I did boot it up after I installed it. I had a heck of a time downloading it off the PSN store. It was down to $10, so I'd already had it from a PSN sale, but I tried to use it, or excuse me, as one of the PlayStation Plus games from a while ago. And I tried to use it even though my PlayStation Plus membership had run out and it said this content's expired. So I downloaded, I bought a license for it. I bought the actual game for $10 on sale. And then I tried to put it up and it still said it was expired. So I thought, okay, I have to re-download it. So I deleted it and then went to go download it from my purchased games section on PlayStation Network. And it started throwing me errors that are very common online right now. You can look into them. I had to disable two-factor authentication temporarily, and then I had to re-enable it, and I had to reauthorize my PlayStation 3 to be my primary PlayStation 3 for playing games. It was just not a huge deal, but sort of a strange issue that is extremely common online. People suspect that it's related to the permanent closure of the store, although I think it's possible, but didn't seem that was the obvious cause to me. Things vibrating a little bit. Oh wow, these guys are actually hitting me now. Let's go ahead and hook them up with this, just to get things back on the right foot. Seems like that jumping attack is unblockable. I guess maybe the fire is the warning that's unblockable. I'm failing this because I'm double tapping circle trying to initiate the quick turn of that. That was frustrating. Okay. Cool looking enemy here. Not sure this armor mechanic is that big of a deal. Kind of a Roman gladiator look to it though, so pretty anachronistic, but that's okay, it looks cool. I understand. Definitely look like Roman gladiator armor, though. And maybe that design is actually ancient Greek and the Romans just co-opted it, I don't know. Maybe popular media gets it wrong and it really is Roman armor, or Greek armor. I don't think so, though. You get a lot of different media getting it wrong. Okay. So we do not get another L1 move here. Instead, we get a couple of new combos, Spirit of Hercules, Valor of Hercules, which I think are maybe different names for the same moves from God of War 2. I don't know. And Hyperion Might, which is hold square. I don't know what that is. That may be unique to this one. That doesn't seem that great. How is that different than what we already had? I guess that is a quicker way to get into the armor break. And that is definitely from God of War 2. The same move. I guess we are in this area for a while now. We're not backtracking as easily. Oh, I'm not comboing this. Just gonna give it a push. Okay. Not to just keep repeating the same thing over and over again, but the fact that this was on a portable system in like 2006 or 2007 is just insane to me. Obviously I need to use the bridge I created, even though that definitely looks like a kind of jump I can make. Double jump seems higher in this game.
I am grateful you have come, Ghost of Sparta. The Titan Atlas has been freed from the pits of Tartarus, and has taken my brother Helios from his rightful place in the sky.
What does Atlas want with the Sun God?
Helios holds within him the power of the sun, a power so great it can destroy the world. It cannot be trusted in the hands of a Titan. Please, take the sun shield from his throne, walk through the gates of Olympus, and you will find me. Hurry, Kratos. Even now, My brother suffers at the hand of Atlas.
I don't know who that is. I guess this will probably tell us. Seek Eos in the caves of Olympus, and she will help you find her brother Helios. Okay. Eos, I don't know what Greek god that is. There seem to be an almost unlimited number of them, so it's not too much of a surprise. I am glad they went for the purposes of maintaining consistency throughout the series. This may have been artistic vision too, but they went back to the sort of talking statues, which I like better than the sort of in-game representations of the gods following God of War 1, the sort of Cory Barlog era. Although the next game is not Barlog's game. He left Sony Santa. I mean, it kind of is. He left Sony Santa Monica, I think, during the development of it, and Stig Asmussen ended up finishing the game. He did a fine job with it. I think it's a disappointment compared to God of War 2. I don't think I'm alone in that assessment. I think if you probably asked, a lot of people, you probably have maybe a fairly split group that really likes God of War. Only the Sun Shield of Helios can open his temple doors. Maybe really likes God of War 2 more, and probably a good amount that really likes God of War 3 more, but I definitely fall more into the God of War 2 camp. This is probably going to give us our parry move, hopefully. Sun Shield. Yes, okay, good. Seems a little bit more generous. I don't seem to have an immediate counter move like I did in God of War 2, though. It's probably okay. I don't actually know who directed God of War Ascension. When it came out, I remember thinking, like, well, what's the point of this? God of War 3. Ended the series, there's not much left. I mean, there was that sort of teaser at the end of God of War 3 that Kratos is still alive. There was nowhere for that version of Kratos to go anymore, and then they released two different prequel games, God of War Ghost of Sparta, which I think takes place between God of War 1 and God of War 2, so it's Kratos is the God of War still. I don't really remember much about that game because I didn't get very far in it. And then God of War Ascension, which is a prequel to this game, takes place before, I think at least, takes place before God of War Chains of Olympus and God of War 1. And I guess maybe the service of the gods Kratos is less interesting to me than the one who has a chip on his shoulder because he's been wronged, or he at least perceives he's been wronged. It could just be personal taste, though. Also, I'm willing to give the multiplayer a chance. In fact, I'm hoping the servers still work because I'd like to try it out. But I'm highly skeptical that the multiplayer works very well. The servers are still on, though. I guess I'll find out. I'll make some videos of it. I'm definitely not going to spend a lot of time with it, though, because I don't really care. I'm not super excited to play a multiplayer God of War. I think a co-op God of War would be interesting, but the competitive multiplayer aspect of it does not really excite me. Maybe it is more cooperative, I honestly have no idea. Can't break that statue. What do we need for our next upgrade here? 8750, that seems like a lot. Oh, but we have the ability to upgrade the shield. Next one gives us Helios Flash, so that this might give us a parry move. I'm going to upgrade this. Okay, we have 2 parry moves now, and there's nothing else to upgrade, so that to me is a good decision. Having the parry specific moves. I assume we will be parrying quite a bit. There will probably be enemies for whom parrying is the best strategy. I'm realizing we are at a half hour, so I am going to end this video here, and we will pick up next time with more of the Temple of Helios. So I'll see you then.